Then we went to Ezekiel 32:18. He told him to wail for the horse, to wail for the people. So we see two prophets of God, one called to kingdoms, one called to deal with people. And that's where we left off. We're talking about executing the burden. So make sure that you get dealing with kingdoms, dealing with people. Who we're dealing with?
Kingdoms.
Now, I want to start today at 1 Samuel chapter 15. 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 32. Executing the burden of the Lord. 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 32 through 33. Let me give you a little history of this. When the children of Israel were coming out of Egypt, there was a nation that withstood them, that would not let them pass by. That nation was the Amalekites. And God swore to Joshua and to Moses that he was going to punish and utterly destroy that nation because they prohibited his people from passing through. So it was a prophetic word that God gave himself. He said, I swear I'm going to destroy them. And so now we see over in 1 Samuel where Saul becomes king, and one of his first assignments is to go destroy the Amalekites, utterly destroy them. Don't leave man, woman, child, nor beast. Remember that? So Saul went into the camp of the Amalekites, and he halfway did the job. He left the best sheep, the best cattle. He didn't kill the king. And so when the prophet shows up, Saul began to say, the people told me to keep the best. Who the king though? You're the leader. So we pick up right here, 1 Samuel 15:32. It says, then Samuel said, bring Agag, the king of the Amalekites. And Agag came to him cheerfully. He thought he was getting ready to be released. The prophet not going to do anything to me. He came to him cheerfully. And Agag said, surely the bitterness of death is past. Surely my judgment has passed. But Samuel said, as your sword has made women childless, so shall your mother be childless among women. And Samuel hewed Agag to pieces before the Lord at Gilgal. Prophets don't just prophesy, they execute the judgment of God. And one of the things we got to see here clearly when we're talking about the burden of the Lord is that Samuel had the responsibility to deal with a demonic system. He had the responsibility to deal with a demonic system. Agag represented a demonic system that withheld or withstood God's people, and the only way that could be met was with death. Some things you can't leave behind. So, some things you can't leave for another day and say, I'll come back and deal with this later. Some things you got to kill it on the scene.
Yes.
Because the very thing that you leave behind will be the thing that comes back and destroy you later.
Yes.
What you compromise with going up the mountain will own you when you get on the top of the mountain. That's why there can't be any compromises. And so Samuel said, I'm going to do what you should have done. I'm going to do what your title says you were supposed to do. But because you did not have the gall enough to do it, I'm going to go ahead and take care of it. And so the king thought he was getting ready to be free. And what happened is that the prophet took the sword and cut him into pieces and said, just like your mama, you left people motherless because you killed their children, I'm going to leave your mother childless because you're getting ready to die. Why? Because I have to execute judgment on this demonic system. And when you have a burden for the work of the Lord, you hate the demonic realm.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I can't understand people that call themselves Christians and they keep entertaining the world stuff. Christian, but you listen to worldly music. Christian, but you like worldly TV shows that stimulate lust and fantasy and murder and intrigue. There's nothing godly about it, but the label say Christian. But many times the action is saying something other than Christian.
Amen.
Saul did not deal with Agag because Agag could have been beneficial to him down the road. See, some things we leave standing because we think we can benefit from it. Can I just share something with you? If I don't say anything else, you can never benefit from what God say kill.
That's just right. Amen.
If God told you to destroy it, you can never benefit from a thing God has told you to get rid of. If he said to utterly destroy it, then that is what you're supposed to do. Not leave it for another day, or when I feel like getting rid of it, I get rid of it. No, get rid of it now. Because that is the thing that will come back and deal with you. Whatever you don't conquer will end up conquering you. So we got to get this taste in our mouth where we hate what God hates.
That's right.
Some stuff just nasty. I accidentally took some milk of magnesia yesterday, thought it would do the opposite. And it tastes like chalk. Stirred up in water. Who wants to drink that stuff? It's just nasty. You can't develop a taste for that. And now the Malanta, they done messed it up and mixed all this stuff. It tastes terrible. Who acquires a taste for some of this stuff? Just like you look when your mama made you take castor oil. You should look like that when sin show up.
That's right. Yes, that's right.
It should leave a bad memory. Last time I gave dude my number, this happened. Oh, no, you can't have my number.
That's real.
Last time I took a girl like you out to dinner, I end up waking up going to jail. No, I just can't do it, baby. It's amazing that we have developed an appetite for stuff God hates. First of all, I hate the enemy. I hate the demonic system because it hates me. That's enough. Secondly, I hate it because my daddy hates it. I'm not going to embrace something that God hates and that Jesus died to destroy for this purpose. Was the Son of God manifested that he might destroy the works of the devil? Well, if Jesus died to destroy, why we keep playing with it? I'm not trying to go there, but it's coming out.
Go there, please.
And anybody ever had a visitation? I'm talking about demonic visitation. Where the devil's there talking to you. I had one of them about 5 o'clock this morning. This demon having a conversation with me, asking me a bunch of questions. And every question he asked me, the word came out. And he was like, well, what about this? And I said, well, the word says this. And what about this? Well, the word says this. Well, why that ain't going? Well, the word says this. And every time the word came out. And eventually, he left. About 5 o'clock this morning. And I turned over and I went to sleep. It's amazing how me and Sister Kim had this conversation Wednesday. She said, well, if they didn't have languages, then how did the devil talk to you? And I said the same way he talked to us. Project thoughts in your mind. You'd be like, where did they come from? That wasn't in my head. Devil projecting thoughts. That's why the Bible says cast down imaginations, images, because God knows all them images not yours. Some of those have been projected. It's just like this projector. It projects an image onto a screen. The devil projects stuff in your mind, and how you handle it determines the outcome. And when he starts projecting stuff, you can't go talking about, well, you got to quote the word. The same way Jesus dealt with that rascal. Y'all get quiet. Why he showed up this weekend? And maybe because he felt like I was too weak to deal with him. Really, I was mad. Because I said, you have the audacity to show up at 5 o'clock in the morning, sick as I've been, and I need my sleep. Sister Kim, he was in the room. I know we were talking, but I wanted him to manifest so I could get up and slap him. No, I'm serious. I would have slapped him out the window and then went to sleep. I guess I had to settle for conversation, but I wanted him to manifest so I could literally slap him. All my body been through the last couple of days. You have the nerve?
Yes.
The mitigated. Never
Yeah.
mind. Ooh, boy, you got some big ones. Ooh, boy. Exodus 17 and 8. You playing with them. I hate them. So don't get all bent out of shape when certain people they call themselves Christian can't handle you. Because they playing with what you're trying to keep them.
Yes. That's it.
So ain't nothing. Exodus 17. They playing with it. You get in their car, they playing with it.
Yep.